This guy was the first overall pick in the 2013 NBA draft by the Cleveland Cavaliers. This guy was the first Canadian to be drafted number 1 overall. This guy is often considered the worst number 1 pick in league history. This guy is Anthony Bennett. Is Anthony Bennett the worst number 1 overall draft pick in NBA history? And before we answer that, and before we look at his disappointing NBA career, let's take a look at how he even got to the NBA. Anthony Bennett attended Harold M. Braithwaite Secondary School, Mountain State Academy, and Findlay Prep. He was the 7th ranked player overall for the 2012 high school class by ESPN. And I have to say, looking at those rankings, this ended up being a pretty weak high school class. Anthony went to college at UNLV and played for them in the 2012-13 season. He played 35 games and averaged 16.1 points and 8.1 rebounds in only 27.1 minutes per game. His shooting splits were a solid 53, 38, and 70. He was a powerful above-the-rim finisher, but also showed an ability to hit the outside shot. In April 2013, he declared for the upcoming NBA draft. On June 27, 2013, he was selected first overall by the Cleveland Cavaliers.
The Cleveland Cavaliers select Anthony Bennett of Toronto, Canada.
Anthony Bennett, the look of shock on your face. Oh my God.
He was drafted 26 spots ahead of this player.
The Denver Nuggets select Rudy Gobert.
And 14 spots ahead of this player.
The Milwaukee Bucks select Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Ooh. Anthony signed a 2-year, $10.9 million rookie contract on August 20th, 2013 with the Cavaliers. It all went downhill from there. Anthony missed the first 16 shots of his NBA career.
Bennett, stop screwing around.
I think it was too much pressure for you, Bennett. Can't take the pressure, Bennett, huh?
Come on, Bennett.
On January 28, 2014, he scored 15 points and grabbed 8 rebounds versus the Pelicans. It took him 33 games to score in double digits. That is 3 times longer than any prior number 1 pick. Anthony finished his rookie season with the Cavs playing 52 games, all off the bench. He averaged 4.2 points and 3 rebounds in 12.8 minutes a game. His shooting splits were an awful 36, 25, 64.
Looking ridiculous.
On August 23, 2014, former number 1 pick Anthony Bennett was traded to the Timberwolves along with current number 1 pick Andrew Wiggins in a 3-team trade involving the Cavaliers and the 76ers. LeBron James returned to Cleveland obviously changed the team's direction from rebuild to contender. And along with Kyrie Irving, the Cavs would reach the NBA Finals. Wiggins would win Rookie of the Year, and, what about Anthony? On October 19, 2014, the Timberwolves exercised their 3rd-year team option on Anthony's rookie contract. He played 57 games for Minnie, starting 3. He averaged a career-high 5.2 points and 3.8 rebounds in 15.7 minutes per game. His shooting splits were also career best, 42, 30, and 64. It wasn't long after the season that the Timberwolves were already looking to move on from Anthony. They made him available for trade before the 2015 NBA draft, but there were no takers. On September 23, 2015, Anthony was waived by the Timberwolves. Timberwolves GM Milton Newton had said, quote, "During his short time here, Anthony has carried himself with class and represented the franchise in a very professional manner. We thank him for his positive attitude and wish him the best of luck in his future endeavors. On September 28, 2015, Anthony signed a one-year contract with his hometown team, the Toronto Raptors. On December 20th, he requested that the team send him to their D-League team, the Raptors 905. He had played very little for Toronto, appearing in only 9 games to that point. He became the first #1 overall pick to ever play in an NBA D-League game. On March 1st, 2016, he was waived by Toronto. TheStar.com stated the Raptors had trouble working with him and NBA people. NBA people. Players? Coaches? Owners?
Bueller.
Anyways, those people were worried about his love, dedication, and willingness for the game. On July 14th, 2016, Anthony signed a 2-year contract with the Brooklyn Nets. On November 27th, he went to Brooklyn's D-League team, the Long Island Nets. He would bounce back and forth between both Nets teams before he was waived by the Nets on January 9th, 2017. He would never play an NBA game again. For his short career, he played in 151 games and averaged 4.4 points and 3.1 rebounds in 12.6 minutes per game. His career shooting splits were 39, 26, 67, a far cry from his college splits of 53, 38, and 70. While he didn't play another NBA game, he was given a few opportunities to get back into the NBA. On September 22, 2017, Anthony signed with the Phoenix Suns. Less than 3 weeks later, on October 11th, he was waived by the Suns. He would end up playing for their G League team, the Northern Arizona Suns, until he was traded to the Celtics G League team, the Maine Red Claws, on December 28th, 2017. Anthony would play for the Clippers G League team, the Agua Caliente Clippers, during the 2017-18 season. On July 12, 2019, Anthony signed a 1-year contract with the Houston Rockets, but he was waived on October 9th after having knee surgery. And as far as I can tell, that was his last interaction with the NBA. For his G League career, he played in 68 games and averaged 13.2 points and 5.6 rebounds in 24.1 minutes per game. His shooting splits were 48, 42, 79, much closer to his college splits. Anthony has played for several foreign teams since leaving the NBA and at the moment is signed with the Formosa Dreamers of the Taiwan Professional Basketball League. So what went wrong? 1. Missing your first 16 shots in the NBA is not a good look. 2. Probably didn't help his confidence that the team that drafted him first overall was ready to move on after 1 year, even though LeBron coming back was a huge factor. 3. His motivation, which was questioned by the Raptors. And 4. He just sucked. Or, a much nicer way to put it, his game didn't translate well to the NBA. He was a great dunker. Powerful, incredible, above-the-rim finisher. Not much outside of that. At the start of the video I asked, is Anthony Bennett the worst #1 overall pick in NBA history?
NBA bust? How about Anthony Bennett?
And some may say Greg Oden, but that was more an injury issue than a talent issue.
Ain't nothing wrong with Anthony Bennett, he just couldn't play.
So my answer is yes. Anthony Bennett is the worst #1 overall pick in NBA history. Do you agree? Let me know in the comments down below. Hit the thumbs up if you'd like more content like this and subscribe to join our awesome sports community. Thanks for watching TSR Sports.